Today on Take 30 News, the election results are in for Student Association. Find out the latest on who won. In sports, we cover how the baseball team did against Tulane and who's next to take on the Diamond Dogs. And the entertainment industry announces the launch of Paramount Plus. More information on what will come with the streaming service later in the show. All that and more coming up soon. Your Take 30 News starts now. Thank you for joining us today on Take 30 News. I'm Destiny Hanna. In our top story today, Texas and Mississippi governors made decisions to roll back mandates on businesses and masks. However, as they ease those restrictions, Starkville and the university have made their decisions regarding mask wearing. Last fall, Mississippi State students returned to campus after being away for 5 months. But because of the COVID pandemic, students returned to campus to a new normal. Beginning in August, students and faculty were required to wear face coverings at all times inside campus buildings and outside when physical 6 feet distancing is not possible. Now that it's the spring semester, Mississippi State has seen a decrease in both proper face covering usage and lack of face coverings at all.
I think folks are just tired of it, and they have let their guard down a little bit, and just maybe are just to the point of feeling like they're over it, even though, of course, it isn't over with us.
Anyone who needs a mask can pick up one at the YMCA building for free, and the Office of Public Affairs encourages everyone to keep a spare mask and to wear it properly when out in public, covering your nose and mouth.
You know, as long as you're not close to people, I don't see a problem with that. But like in my dorm, for example, the girls walk around without masks on all the time. And if they see like an RA or like the IA, they just kind of like pull their shirt over their face, like it fixes the problem.
Last Friday, the Public Affairs Office sent an email to students and faculty that consisted of how there has been an increase of complaints about the reduction of mask usage. Although Governor Tate Reeves removed all mask mandates, which was effective this past Wednesday, the Public Affairs Office reminded students that on campus, face coverings are not optional, but mandatory.
For campus, at this point, our mask mandate is still in place. And so we'll see what that brings.
For more information about mask coverage on campus, visit the official MSU website. With COVID cases decreasing across the country, students are hoping to be back in the classroom soon. Take Holly Emery gives us a peek at what we can expect next semester.
It has been almost a year since the COVID-19 pandemic forced Mississippi State classes online, and students have become familiar with learning from home.
With my major, we are a very hands-on major, so online classes with my major-specific classes, those classes were pretty difficult.
Although some students had experienced online classes before, others were not as familiar with the process.
There's a lot of struggles and negatives to it because they're missing that face-to-face instruction, and students and teachers don't have as good rapport with the hybrid class because it's harder for teachers to get to know students when they're not there.
Laura Dunn, the intern director of student success, said that the effort of the professors was the biggest factor in student success.
I think it really depended on how did you transform your class in a positive way. And so online teaching can be a really positive and impactful experience, but you have to put time and effort into that. You can't just slap PowerPoints on a Canvas page and expect that to do well.
While classes were predominantly online over the past year, students get to look forward to going back inside of the classroom in fall 2021.
For the fall, we're going to have more in-person classes, but we're going to have more online classes than we typically have in the past, because again, students have now reached out and said, I really enjoyed having this course. I liked having this option.
I really am hopeful that we will have more in-person classes than online because I am a very hands-on person, and especially in classes.
I'm Holly Emery for Take 30 News.
One of the many things Mississippi State University is known for is its strong sense of support and guidance. Take 30's Jada Evans gives us an inside look that promotes what it means to serve, engage, and lead.
Alexis Wallace types away at her keyboard, constantly sending out emails about volunteer opportunities in an effort to motivate more students to help the community. Her goal is to teach students that serviceship is the ultimate pathway to leadership.
So ServeEngage Lead started out as a virtual opportunity for students to engage, especially during COVID, during the pandemic. We've kind of had to navigate how do we engage students in meaningful opportunities to do direct service. I think if you have the resources and capacity to engage in volunteering in a meaningful way and make positive impacts, I think everyone should divulge into that.
Although the ServeEngage Lead seminar was canceled, for the discussion, Wallace would have talked about all the different ways that students can lend a helping hand to their communities, even in the midst of a pandemic.
At MSU, students have the ability to sign up with multiple programs like Service Dogs, Habitat for Humanity, AmeriCorps, the Noxubee Wildlife Refuge, MLK Day, and so many more. The Maroon Volunteer Center has also done a great job encouraging students to assist those in need and becoming leaders in their community.
ServeEngage Lead is like the light bulb that just stays on to help you understand how service connects to social justice, leadership, and even your everyday life.
With Take 30 News, I'm Jada Evans.
For updates on when the seminar will be rescheduled or to find out how you can become a leader at MSU, follow the Maroon Volunteer Center's Instagram page. Student Association Group Freshman Forum finds a new way to connect with students despite COVID setbacks through the creation of the Undecided Conference. Reporter Ava Richardson explores the preparation of this event.
Due to the coronavirus, it is no surprise that the current freshman experience is different than years past. However, Mississippi State's Freshman Forum is working to combat this change through a new event, the Undecided Conference.
The Undecided Conference is a conference that Freshman Forum is putting on for university freshmen and sophomore students who are either undecided in their current career path or not really sure where to go next. It's to help them develop leadership skills, career skills, kind of to help them better navigate their undergrad so that when they do graduate, they'll be better prepared for the career world. That's our goal in having this conference.
Led by freshman students, the Undecided Conference was originally created because of the increased health risk that would come with bringing high school juniors and seniors to campus, as was done through Forum's original Donald Zacharias Leadership Conference.
To prepare for the conference, the Forum directors host weekly meetings with their freshman counselors, where they discuss in detail what the overall layout of the conference will look like. They also discuss how they, as freshmen, can lead their peers. Freshman counselor Kathleen Foreman discusses in more detail.
The first semester was really honing in on our leadership skills, and they did an amazing job of creating bonds within Forum and really just pushing us to excel in our leadership skills. So because of that, I think that we've learned so much, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us to share what we've learned with other freshmen and sophomores.
The event is free and food and drink will be provided. Students can sign up to attend the conference through their Cowbell Connect account. For Take 30 News, I'm Ava Richardson.
Coming up after the break, Take 30's Ellen Curry has the story on the Student Association election results.
The Department of Communication at Mississippi State University prepares students for their careers after college. Students can be active in researching, writing, photography, and much more as print and digital journalism majors. Mississippi State University offers a variety of organizations such as the Reflector. To learn more about print and digital journalism, go to the Department of Communication website.
The Mississippi State Student Association wrapped up election week Tuesday night. Take 30 News reporter Ellen Curry brings us the results.
Student Association Executive Council candidates took to the drill field this past Tuesday morning to get in some last-minute campaigning. 4 positions were up for election by the MSU student body: treasurer, secretary, vice president, and president. Tuesday night, students gathered in the Union Ballroom S to hear current student body president Tyler Packer deliver the results, including our new SA president.
And your next president is Mr. Garrett Smith.
I was excited. I mean, we were feeling pretty confident, but you know, you just never know. And I know it had been a long 2 weeks, and so just to come to an end like that is just I mean, you can't beat it. You know, already in these past 2 days, been working on getting things ready for the next administration and kind of transitioning.
Other winners included Chanu Cherukuri as treasurer, Reagan Clark as secretary, and Kennedy Guest as vice president. Elected positions will begin their terms on March 27th. If you are interested in being on the Executive Council, appointed position applications open today. This is Ellen Curry with Take 30 News.
Mississippi State Poetry Club has a new writing contest coming up.
State Poetry Club has a new writing contest coming up. Students are prompted to write an original poem focused on their identity and experiences. The poem can be in any format and they do not have to rhyme. Writers are encouraged to include aspects of culture, environment, race, sex, and sexual orientation. However, writers are not limited to these elements. Be creative. Be you. To submit, follow the links found at MSU Poetry Club's social media accounts and Cowbell Connect. To join Mississippi State Poetry Club, text 601-842-7778.
I'm here with meteorologist Jeff Hill. Jeff, it seems that temperatures dropped this week after a beautiful week last week. So can we expect the same thing or a little bit different?
Well, we've got a cool day today, but look for temperatures to start to warm up. Probably by the middle part of next week, we'll be back with more details.
Concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans. Veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals. Imagining the built environment of tomorrow is a collaborative dream at the College of Architecture, Art, and Design at Mississippi State University. Learning is experienced in a studio environment that brings architecture, interior design, and building construction students together to solve 21st century challenges. One of only 2 such programs in the country, MSU's curriculum creates a 360-degree approach and opportunity for learning how to work together in the real world, and encourages creativity and cooperation for resolving tomorrow's issues, such as housing for continued population growth, work and life environments for expanding urban lifestyles, and accommodating industrial and technology shifts. Working together gives students a better understanding of the intersection of design and construction, and allows for the kind of creative thinking and practical application that leads to a better future for all.
We've had some clouds move in. We had a little bit of sun this morning. Around 11:30 it was 65, and it's actually cooled down just a little bit down to 63, but we got a nice shot off to the north side of campus. Beautiful skies, lots of clouds, good for drinking coffee. I like doing that. It's not too blinding and too hot. 63 degrees, as I mentioned, in Starkville, 63 also in Ackerman, and 60 over in Vernon, Alabama. Temperatures generally in the low to mid 60s. not looking to make much of a change after that. Because of the clouds, well, we can see this on satellite and radar over the last hour or so. These clouds have come in, they've lingered around the area, but what's going to happen as we move through the day, we can see this on Futurecast, Starkville is sitting in an interesting area. We've got some rain and some wet spots, but they're going to cut just south of Starkville along Highway 20 and 55 around that junction there, but we don't look to get too much of it. And as time goes by, as we get into the weekend, look for this to actually clear out and have a beautiful weekend. Also, Monday and on into Tuesday, maybe a few clouds start to get in here by Wednesday. So overnight tonight, 39 for the low. Mostly cloudy for the most part. We've got a baseball game going on tonight against Kent State for the weekend. First pitch is 6 p.m. We'll look at 55 degrees. When you go home, about 45 degrees. A little bit of a wind there from the north. Nice winds from the north, about 10 miles an hour, just a little breezy. Weekend also looking to be basically amazing. More baseball with Kent State. First pitch at 2 o'clock. Look for about 60 degrees. Sunday, first pitch at about noon, about 60 also, so beautiful weather. That 7-day forecast once again. 60s, beautiful Saturday and Sunday in the 60s, sunny all week. Actually, we're going to warm up for the rest of the week by leveling off to about 78 by Friday. Coming up after break, Take 30's Ethan Foster. We'll have a look at MSU sports this past week with a recap of baseball series against the Tulane Green.
The Department of Communication at Mississippi State University prepares students for their careers after college. Students can be active in researching, writing, photography, and much more as print and digital journalism majors. Mississippi State University offers a variety of organizations such as the Reflector. To learn more about print and digital journalism, go to the Department of Communication website.
Ben Howland and the men's basketball team are getting ready to close out the regular season after a big win on the road against Texas A&M. The dynamic duo lived up to its name as DJ Stewart scored 14 and Iverson Molinar scored 18 to combine for 32 of the 63 total points. With 14 wins and 12 losses, MSU is looking ahead to the SEC tournament, which will start next Wednesday and continue through Sunday in Nashville, Tennessee. The Dogs will travel to face Auburn tomorrow in their regular season finale. The women's basketball team competed yesterday in the second round of the SEC tournament, but were unable to advance after a close loss to the LSU Tigers. Although the Dogs beat the Tigers the first time they met last week, they couldn't pull out a win as LSU put up 71 points. This is the first time since 2015 that women's hoops has not won a game in the SEC tournament. Now, Nikki McCray-Penson and her team will wait to see if they will receive an invite to the NCAA tournament. The announcement show for the tournament will be held on Selection Monday, March 15th. The Diamond Dogs opened home play in truly exciting fashion and earned a #2 national ranking as a result. Last weekend's series against Tulane has fans hyped up after back-to-back walk-off wins in games 2 and 3. The Dogs had to do something here in the bottom of the ninth. Grand slam, walk-off grand slam from Luke Hancock to the back right field. Bring 3 home. That's going to be a walk-off. Win the game 9-5 for the Dogs. They're going to bring it back. But wait, there's still one more game. So we're going to move it on over to game 3 the very next day. So the Dogs were down in the bottom of the ninth. They've got 2 men out. So what are we going to do? We need something to happen right here. Tanner Allen's going to hit a shot out to left field, bring 2 men home, and what's it going to do? We're going to win the series for the Dogs. That'll win that game 5-4, and then the Dogs and the fans in the stands will have a chance to rest after that exciting series. The Dogs also won their midweek matchup against Southern Miss Wednesday with a final score of 4-1. They're back at home tonight at 6 o'clock taking on Kent State in replacement of the scheduled weekend series against Tennessee Tech, who had to cancel due to COVID-related issues. Julie Daugherty and the MSU volleyball team are in Knoxville, Tennessee, preparing for their final road test of the regular season. The Dogs will take on the Tennessee Volunteers at 5:30 tonight and tomorrow evening for a two-match series. Last week, Tennessee was swept by number 8 ranked Florida, and MSU lost in 4 sets to Alabama. The games will be streamed on ESPN+. The Dogs will be back at home on March 24th and 25th for a final series against the Missouri Tigers. Our streaming services, the next cable. Up next, Take 30's Brooks Burgess will tell us more about Paramount's entry into the growing world of on-demand video. We've got that and more after the break.
Meeting the challenges of a changing world. It's a responsibility we take seriously at Mississippi State University. Today, our outstanding faculty are on the job with a passion that places them among the best in the business. We're launching new classroom models, investing in world-changing research, and providing a college experience that's second to none. Though things may look different, our sights have never been higher.
The Department of Communication at Mississippi State University prepares students for their careers after college. Students can be active in researching, writing, photography, and much more as print and digital journalism majors. Mississippi State University offers a variety of organizations such as the Reflector. To learn more about print and digital journalism, go to the Department of Communication website.
You can now find the new SpongeBob movie Sponge on the Run in your favorite live news, live sports, and live entertainment all in one place. Viacom CBS has launched its newly rebranded and enhanced streaming service, Paramount+. The streaming channel brings together the massive libraries of Paramount, CBS, Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, BET, and Smithsonian Channel. Its catalog features more than 2,500 movie titles, 30,000 episodes, and more than 1,000 live sporting events. For movie lovers, new releases like A Quiet Place Part 2 and Mission Impossible 7 will arrive on the streaming service a month and a half after appearing in theaters. Paramount Plus also will initially debut 36 original series. Some of its biggest hits like Love Story, Grease, and Flashdance will be reimagined into the series. And fan favorites Frasier, Rugrats, and MTV's The Real World New York are among those also being revived. CBS All Access accounts have already automatically switched to the Paramount Plus app. The new commercial-free services cost $10 a month. After 2 months since the Disney Plus show premiered, WandaVision had its 9th and final episode of the season. Without spoiling anything, the episodes set the stage for the future Marvel shows and movies, including the new Doctor Strange movie coming out in 2022. WandaVision has not been greenlit for her second season yet, but it wouldn't be a surprise if Marvel decided to renew it based on the fans' reaction to the series. After 23 years, Eddie Murphy returned as King Akeem Joffer in Coming to America. King Akeem and Simi, played by Arsenio Hall, are back in action. Set in the country of Zenmunda, Akeem and his trusted confidant, Simi, embark on an new hilarious adventure that has them traveling around the globe from their great African nation to the borough of Queens, New York, where it began 23 years ago. You can watch the movie exclusively on Prime Video.
Us today. For more news coverage, follow our social media accounts at Take 30 News MSU, as well as the Take 30 podcast, which will be out Monday and available on all of your favorite podcast listening apps. From everyone here at Take 30, have a safe and healthy weekend and good night.